So God is looking down on you and he's like, I keep sending you these opportunities and you're not able to even see them or have the courage to pursue them or the preparation to maximize the utilization of the opportunity I provided for you. So I think all of us have to stop waiting on the white man to bless us. Stop acting like we don't have any opportunity. Stop acting like we don't have a chance to do things better and just commit to the idea of stepping our game up a little bit. And one easy way to step the game up is to have a relentless commitment to economic intelligence. That's it. Like I'm gonna make sure my kids are gonna know they're gonna know what to do with a dollar. Do you know? I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Then I'm gonna be done with this. This is a great financial story that I think everyone should know. Does anybody know Kenny Gamble in Philadelphia from Gamble and Huff? Anybody know? Anybody heard of Gamble and Huff? If you don't know, I'll tell you who Kenny Gamble is. He's kind of like this boss in Philadelphia. He's a great guy. I've known Kenny for many years. And Kenny was part of a musical duo, Gamble and Huff. They were kind of like they became the Philadelphia version of Motown in my opinion. That's my perception of it. And so they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They've written hundreds, if not thousands of songs, and they're world famous. Kenny is an amazing guy. I love talking to Kenny. He's 100% pro-black and he's super smart. And so Kenny, when I go to Philadelphia, it's a fascinating experience because I'll walk down these different city blocks and they'll say that building belongs to Mr. Huff. That building belongs to Mr. Huff. That or sorry, Mr. Gamble. Sorry, I meant to say Gamble. Sorry about that. That building belongs to Mr. Gamble. This whole block belongs to Mr. Gamble. That school belongs to Mr. Gamble. And I'm like, wow, how did you do all this? How did you accumulate all these assets and all this wealth? And so what Kenny um told me, and he's told this story, I'm sure, to a lot of other people, is that when he first got signed in the music industry, when he first started making money, he said that my first goal was to figure out what do you do with money. He said I didn't know what to do with money. So he said a lot of his friends were buying big cars, fur coats, stuff they did back in the 70s, you know. And Kenny was like, no, I want to actually make this last. I want to grow this into something. So the first thing that Kenny did was he applied the rule that we're talking about in today's class, which is he said, I've got this great opportunity, this great economic engine coming in that's working on my behalf, this race car that been given access to. I need to learn how to drive the damn thing. So what he did was he went to a race car driver. He went to the only person he knew that had any money. I think he said it was an old Jewish guy, and because they make financial literacy, financial intelligence a prerequisite for being part of the community. They do, right? We can do the same thing. We already do this. Many of you already do this in your family. So don't put anybody on a pedestal because a lot of you are doing it better than anybody else out here. So I applaud you for that. Um, so he goes to this old Jewish guy, and the guy basically took him in the back and said, you know, this is what I do with my money. Here are the different types of financial accounts. You want to buy some real estate? Here's how you buy stock. And I don't even know how long he spent showing him how to do this, but let me tell you what Kenny did was Kenny went and he bought a lot of property in black neighborhoods. He went to his old neighborhood that nobody wanted to live, and he bought dozens of houses in that neighborhood because the houses were cheap. All the other black people were trying to get out of the black neighborhood. He was trying to go in, which means he was applying a very important rule of investing, which is to be contrarian. Warren Buffett always says you should be greedy when others are fearful, fearful when others are greedy. Or if you're following the crowd and doing what everybody else is doing, that's typically not going to work.